Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike, and we're going to take a look at the next Binance Launchpool project, and that is OMNI. We are going to go through the Launchpool details. We're going to go through the white paper. We're going to have a look at the news about OMNI. Then we're going to give you our conclusions at the end. As always, make sure you like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse and help us grow the channel. Before we go through the website, then let's have a look at the announcement from Binance. Introducing OMNI Network on Binance Launchpool. Farm OMNI by staking BNB and FDUSD. Now remember the important notice down here. One or two of the launch pools ago, there was a fake coin which caught out some people. There was a scam coin created in the same name as one of the launch pools, and I believe they tried to escape with $200,000 or $300,000. So this warning is on here to let you know this token will not be trading until the 17th of April. And that, I believe, is Wednesday next week. Fellow Binancians, Binance is excited to announce the 52nd project on Binance Launchpool. It is a Layer 1 blockchain designed to integrate Ethereum's roll-up ecosystem into a single unified system. We're going to have a look at the website in a minute. Users will be able to stake their BNB and FDUSD into separate pools to farm OMNI tokens over 4 days, starting on the 13th of April, which at the time of this recording was yesterday. Here are the OMNI Launchpool details then. The token name is OMNI Network, and the token will be called OMNI. The maximum supply will be 100 million tokens. The launch rewards are only 3.5% of the maximum supply, and like many tokens, it will only launch with 10.39% of the total supply. I am really not a fan of this. This means over time, 90% of the tokens will be released, and that will put downward sell pressure on the value of your OMNI. The token is on the Ethereum network. 85% of the tokens are allocated to BNB stakers, and 15% allocated to the FDUSD holders. This gives the total of 3.5 million tokens. Moving on then to the homepage of OMNI Network on Binance, you can see that it's currently in the stage of farming. There are 2 days and 15 hours left. And one thing to bear in mind, as I am always asked this in the comments, you don't have to be staking your BNB or FDUSD before the farming begins. You can do so at any point within the 4 days. It does not lock you out before it begins. Now let's go over to the website and have a look around. Now the first thing I want to point out about OMNI are the list of backers. It is backed by Pantera, 2 Sigma Ventures, Coinbase Ventures, Jump, Spartan and Vessel. This is not backed by small VCs. This is backed by some of the biggest players in the industry. This bodes well for the project. In a nutshell then, what does OMNI do? It integrates all the different roll-ups. The biggest existential threat facing Ethereum is the fragmentation caused by roll-ups. As roll-ups continue to gain adoption, Ethereum users and their capital are increasingly split into siloed ecosystems, degrading the global network effects. OMNI fixes this by integrating all roll-ups into a cohesive, interoperable network. Easy for you to say. And just to give you an idea of which projects are involved, we have the Eigenlayer, Sushi, Injective, Arbitrum, Flow, Optimism, and Mantle. Interestingly, however, when you go through to the ecosystem, and it mentions Arbitrum and Optimism as we've seen on the front page, it doesn't mention Polygon, which of course is the biggest layer 2 on Ethereum. But on the ecosystem page, you can see a breakdown of other projects that you may or may not have heard of. So it's worth going over and checking out the ecosystem to see just who is involved. Now, being a project of this scale and this size, I'm not going to go and do a deep dive into the team, but I am going to cover off who the team are. Let's take the first 3 then. Austin studied computer science at Harvard. He sold his first company to Ripple and leads OMNI Labs as the CEO. Tyler is the CTO. He's previously been at Harvard. And Matt also has a very reasonable resume, having worked at Amazon, IBM, and Spotify, all Harvard graduates. Suffice to say, I think they have a well-stacked and well-rounded team, albeit a little bit on the young side. Now, the white paper of OMNI Network is nothing like some of the white papers we've seen in recent weeks, which are all glamorous with lovely diagrams, color schemes, and links. This is a Bitcoin-esque white paper, and this goes in with great detail into how the project works, how the interoperability works, how the security systems work, and how everything works based, including the mathematical formulae on how everything will be integrated. Not something I'm going to go through on this channel, but I would advise you, again, take an economics teacher, sit down next to you and go through the project. It's a very solid looking project. They've covered everything from a top-down approach. It explains in depth how the APIs work, how the system integrates everything in together, the security aspect of things. It's very well written and very well laid out, but it's not for the layman. What I will finish with then from the white paper is the last paragraph, which I think sums up OMNI in a nutshell. OMNI represents a comprehensive interoperability solution for Ethereum rollups and is poised to reunify the Ethereum ecosystem. With OMNI, Ethereum can once again provide a single, unified operating system for decentralized applications, but this time at a global scale. That perfectly signifies what OMNI is trying to do. Within the OMNI docs section, you'll find a plethora of information about the solution, including how they intend to use restaking. Restaking is where you stake your native ETH, receive LSTs, liquid staking tokens, which you can then use to restake across the ecosystem, including Eigenlayer, which is potentially going to be one of the biggest airdrops coming up in the next 12 months. There's a nice breakdown here explaining why restaking matters, how to use Eigenlayers, the core features of it. So make sure to go and check out the background on here, especially with on interoperability and restaking. It's important to understand how this works, as it allows you to earn additional yield from your Ethereum or your Solana if you're on the Solana blockchain. And finally then, before we move on to have a look at the news, OMNI has a claiming platform. So if you have been using part of their ecosystem in the past, you will be able to come on here, connect your wallet and claim your Genesis airdrop. And before we go any further, just to let you know, all of the links to everything we've covered in this video will be left in the description below, so you don't have to lift a finger. One thing we haven't covered so far are the tokenomics, and there is somewhat of a tokenomic breakdown in this article that I have found regarding OMNI Network and its airdrop. So 3% of the total supply will be airdropped to Eigenlayer restakers, ETH stakers, various NFT holders and OMNI community members. Now, word of warning, make sure to check if you are eligible. According to this article, eligibility will be restricted to the top 10,000 restakers on the Eigenlayer and the top 5,000 stakers on the Beacon chain, with the latter to receive 600 OMNI tokens. According to the foundation, they became the first actively validated service, AVS, to secure 1 billion in restaked ETH commitments from the industry's leading liquid restaking protocols, such as EtherFi, who we've covered before, Renzo and Puffer. Now here is the breakdown of the OMNI Genesis airdrop allocations. This is 3 million tokens, not to be confused with the number of tokens dropped on Binance. These appear to be two separate airdrops. So the community, restakers, and even some NFT holders all receive some part of the Genesis airdrop. Heading over to X then and having a look at their account. They are followed by 412,000 people, so a decent following on X, and they are going through, as you would expect, all of the different airdrops, including a very nice touch by stealing what appears to be a Fortnite map. They have plenty of X spaces available for you to listen to, so you can get the in-depth review of the project. And of course, the Binance Launchpool is mentioned on here as well. What do I think then of OMNI and the project in general? I think it fixes a problem within Ethereum. Ethereum has become fragmented. There are plenty of layer 2s, and other than Polygon's Eigenlayer, which is trying to connect them together, there isn't really a solution. So for me, OMNI does tick the box of fixing a problem that needs to be fixed. Am I going to hold on to these tokens? Probably not. I don't think the allocation of airdrop I'm going to receive warrants me holding the token. I think the best bet is if you are in the Ethereum ecosystem and you are staking your LSTs, then this is probably going to be a project that's of benefit to you, but it's certainly not of benefit to me. Everything about the project gets a green light. However, that's just my personal opinion. There isn't anything wrong with the project, and I would put this into the positive category on the Binance Launchpool. There have been some projects I've looked at in the past which I don't like, Athena being one of them. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed this Binance Launchpool project review. If you do want to see more videos like this, don't forget to smash the like button and follow Crypto Warehouse on our YouTube channel. You have been great. I have been Mike. Until next time, see you soon. Goodbye.